Hello friends, in today's video we will study about the economic term that is demand. Let me know about what is mean by demand. In ordinary sense, what here says that in ordinary language demand means a desire. But in economic language, demand have another meaning. What is that? It is explained through the formula. And what is the formula of that demand? Demand is equal to desire plus willingness to purchase or plus ability to pay. What is meant by desire? What is meant by willingness to purchase or ability to pay? Let me study one by one. Desire means a wish or urge or will of a person. What is meant by desire? Means just a wish of a person. What we wish? We wish to consume a pani puri. We wish to have a mobile, which may be iPhone. We wish to purchase a bungalow, and also we wish to travel or urge to travel to different countries. That is, but it is just a desire. It is just a desire. So let me know about another things, that is desire to have that commodity is not a demand. What here explain? Desire to have that commodity is not a demand. Then desire can be completed or cannot be completed. Just we want to purchase or we want to consume the pani puri. Yes, we can consume that. So that desire can be completed. But if we want to purchase or urge to live in a big bungalow, when it is backed by purchasing power, then it is considered as demand. So that is desire. If you have a desire to buy a certain commodity, say a car, what we have to purchase? That is car. Then, but you do not have the adequate means money to pay for it. We want to purchase a car. We wish to have a car, but the ability to pay or ability or purchasing power here is absent, that is money power. That's why it is just a desire of that person. The next term, it will simply a wish or a desire, not a demand. Then next term, that is willingness to purchase or pay. What willingness to purchase? Let me know about that. It means readiness to pay the price of that product. When we go in the market, we will, if we are ready to pay the price of that particular product, then it is considered as willingness to purchase. If we are ready about that, then readiness to hand over the product amount. For getting that product, if we are ready to pay the price, exchanging the price for that product, then it is considered as willingness to purchase. Willingness to acquire that product. For example, here it is given that what he thinks, I can sell that car to you for rupees 2 lakh. But here it is given, here that particular person or she want to purchase that car, that is for rupees 3 lakh. Here it is, deal is completed. Why? Because the person want to purchase that car from 2 lakhs, sell that car from 2 lakhs, and that person, that is she want to purchase that car at rupees 3 lakh. So here willingness to purchase is present here. That's why here deal is on, and she will purchase the car at a price of rupees 2 lakh. Then the next transaction is given. That person want to sell that bag at rupees 3,000. What? At rupees 3,000. But that girl want to purchase that bag at rupees 700. Here there is no deal. Why? Because here the willingness to purchase of that girl is absent. That's why here it is not considered as demand. Then let me know about next. Willingness to pay is present, absent. Because why willingness to pay present or absent? That is why quality. If we like the quality, we can purchase that commodity. If we don't like it, we will avoid to purchase that commodity. Again, time, place, quantity, belief, after sale services, these are the things are required or responsible for creating willingness to pay for that particular product. Then next we think about the third term, ability to pay. What is ability to pay? Capacity to pay the price. Capacity to pay the price or availability of money to purchase that product or able to purchase a good. If we have a ability to purchase that product, then it is considered as ability to pay. For example, there are certain examples are given. What is meant by demand? Let me know. Demand is said to be, again formula is explained. Demand is said to be desire plus willingness to purchase plus ability to pay. But here are certain, what is meant by desire, what is meant by demand, and what is meant by other things. Let me know about that. First, Rahul. The example about Rahul is given. Desire, the Rahul want to have a cycle at a price of rupees 5,000. He have a desire to purchase that cycle at rupees 5,000. But willingness to purchase is absent. Then ability to pay is also absent. Then it is just called a desire. It is just called as a desire. Then after that, the next example is given about Chandu. That Chandu want to purchase the fridge at a rupees 30,000. At a rupees 30,000. The desire here, the Chandu want to purchase that fridge, that is called desire. Then willingness to purchase, it means for that fridge, the Chandu is ready to pay the price of rupees 30,000. But the next term is given, that is ability to pay. The Chandu do not have a capacity to pay the 30,000 rupees. Here the ability to pay is absent. If the desire or willingness to purchase for that product is present, then it is just called as want, not the demand. If desire is present, just it is desire. If desire plus willingness to purchase is present, then it is called as want. And then the next term is given, desire plus willingness to purchase, just it is called as want. The next term is given, the example about Arun. Everyone know about that t-shirt and everyone likes that t-shirt. The price of that t-shirt is rupees 500. Then Arun have a desire to purchase that t-shirt at a rupees 500. Then willingness to purchase, again he have a willingness, he likes to purchase that TikTok t-shirts. But after that, ability to pay, does Arun have a capacity to pay the 500? Yes, he have a capacity to pay the rupees 500. That's why if for purchasing that TikTok t-shirt, the Arun have a desire, Arun have a willingness to purchase that TikTok t-shirt, and again Arun have a ability to pay the 500 rupees. Then if we combine together, Arun here desire is present, willingness to pay is also present, and then ability to pay is also present, then it is called as demand. What it calls as demand. Then so in economics, demand means a desire. Demand means a desire backed by willingness and ability to pay. Thus, demand is an effective desire. Demand is said to be effective desire. Why? Because desire is supported by willingness to pay and ability to pay. Then it is considered as demand or called as effective desire. Then demand is an effective desire. What it shows here is that demand is said to be effective desire. Why it is called as effective desire? Because if the desire is supported by willingness to pay or purchase and ability to pay, that's why it is called as effective desire. Then a desire which is backed by willingness and ability to pay for a commodity in order to obtain it, then this is just an eligibility criteria for creating demand. It is for purchasing the product, we must have to desire that commodity, we must have to ability to pay that particular product, and we must have willingness to pay that particular product, price of that particular product. Just it is a eligibility criteria for purchasing that product, then it is considered as demand. But the definition have another meaning. Let me know about what the definition given by Benham. According to Benham, the demand for anything at a given, I am explain that term in another column. Price is the amount of it which will be bought per unit of time at that price. It means in reality what the Benham says that demand is always expressed with price, time and quantity. Where it is given is demand is always expressed at a price. Just like the consumer must know the price of the commodity. The consumer must know about the price of that commodity, like rupees 10, rupees 1 lakh or rupees 1 crore. Then he will then be able to tell the quantity demanded. For example, if you purchase the tomato, we purchase at 2 kg, 3 kg, 10 kg, 50 kg. Then if we purchase the petrol, we purchase at 1 liter, 2 liter, 3 liter, 5 liter. Then after that, if we purchase the bananas, we purchase at 1 dozen, 2 dozen, 5 dozen. Then after that, if we purchase the cloth, just like 2 meter, 3 meters, it means when we create a demand for cloth, it is demanded in meter, just like 2 meter, 3 meter. When we demand the banana, we will demand at a 2 dozen, 3 dozen, and that's why the demand is always expressed in quantity. Then demand is always per unit of time. It means demand is expressed or always related with time factor also. How it is? When it is, just for example, the time may be said to be a day, week, month or year. Just for example, when we purchase the sweaters, it is demanded in which month? In which seasons? In winter season. When we purchase the raincoat or demanded the raincoat, it is demanded in monsoon season, not in another season. That's why demand is always related with time, price and quantity. Thank you.